You're so hot and sexy.
So are you.
Now this should be fun. In this episode, you'll hear me and Jocelli fuck at exactly this volume.
ASMR fucking podcast. Your ears
are
wet.
Andy's wet. She's open.
Hello and welcome to Ex Best Friend. I'm your host, Dominique Marie. And today we have the wonderful, amazing, beautiful Jocelli. Sorry, I just couldn't help myself. I really just had to keep going there for a second. But
Please keep
going
going.
to top.
Again. Go.
Today we have the wonderful, amazing, incredible Jocelli as our guest. But I will also note she is not just a guest. She is.
I work here.
She is the director of this podcast. She is a producer. She does lights. She does sound. She does crafty. She does art. She literally does everything. This is such a amazing team. This is an incredible team. And now you get to see the whole team. It's me. It's Jocelli. It's Andy.
We chill together.
And this is Ex Best Friend. And so I'd like to welcome our guest,
Jocelli.
Yay! Welcome, Jocelli.
Thank you.
We're so happy to have you.
I'm so happy to be here. I'm so excited and nervous at the same time. I feel like I could throw up and shit all at once.
And you can. Usually, that's actually,
I think I just did.
on this podcast, we're so open to that. We're very much like, if that's what you need in this moment, then we're here for you.
You gotta hold space for me.
We will hold space. You can. Thank you. To warm up just a little bit and just to kind of give everybody tuning in a little idea about who we are talking to today, I'm going to kind of set the tone, take us back, do a little childhood nostalgia.
Rewind.
Here we go. You're with me? We just got dropped off at the mall.
Okay.
Obviously, we all go straight to the food court. What to go to? What are you ordering first?
I'm definitely going to like whatever Asian store there is and getting like a rice and a veggie and a chicken.
Yeah, a classic.
Yeah.
And a classic for a reason because
Oh my god,
yum.
it's so good.
There you have it. After we've had some time in the food court, we're walking over to like Blair's.
Mhm.
What's your go-to accessory? What are you looking for?
Probably anything and everything. Back in those days, I was like maximalist. It was like earrings, necklace, bracelet.
The set.
Yeah, it
The
was
works.
everything. It was everything. And it all matched. And it was so tacky.
Oh,
and it was
it's
really
beautiful. There's beauty in that. Here at XBF, we're inspired by the nostalgia, childhood. We want something that feels like growing up around the time of, these formative friendships. One of my favorite ideas from our amazing Andy Bashe. And so I just wanted to get a little rundown, I guess, of what this is for you, this fit.
Well, I think this fit top to bottom is very me. I'm born in the fall. I'm an October baby.
I thought October 2nd.
It feels very fall to me. And I love Twilight. Twilight is my favorite thing ever. I can talk about it all day and night. I can tie it back to anything we're talking about right now.
Everything is Twilight.
Everything is Twilight.
No, I know.
Everything.
You taught me this.
Everything is new moon. Everything is possibility. On reef.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm wearing a Twilight shirt right now. And Kristen's head looks like actually ridiculous. She looks like Megamind, but I can't help that I have big tits. Like,
it's not your fault that you had
it's not my
big
fault.
juicy titties.
No, I know.
Cool.
Oh, anyway,
And then I'm wearing these earrings that
match my tattoo. That
Where is that? That's Chris.
And then I'm wearing these brown pants. I had some like this when I was a kid, and I was inspired.
Oh, it is.
buy
I don't know if it reads, but it's like the corduroy, like their cut is giving nostalgia. Look at her. Look at her.
Look at them. This is the best movie too, by the way. If you have any,
Oh my god, yeah.
any other ones,
You're wrong.
it's not this. It's not that. It's this one.
Beautiful. Here, yeah. So, set the stage. When did you meet your ex-best friend?
It was freshman year of high school.
Freshman year.
Yeah, we had one class together.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a special kind of bond because it's not one that necessarily comes as easy as, having a bunch of classes together or having any kind of prior or whatever. But
I know.
Freshman year, one class, and you met freshman year.
Yeah.
Freshman year, you're like, what, 13, 14 years old?
Yeah, we were 14.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Just the most influential time of life. It's like there's no way of getting around it. It's the end of childhood, going into semi-adulthood, even though it's not really, because like adults aren't even real. But so to make a best friend at that time, I'm sure it feels like the biggest, luckiest moment in the world.
Oh my God. Yeah. I had no idea what it was going to become at all. Not at all. Not even a little bit, because my mom was in the military, so we moved around a lot, and I would so often just like lose friends, especially because I wasn't on the internet until I was older. Or, I didn't have like I don't know, Facebook or whatever.
Sure.
Then in high school, I had all of the Twitter and YouTube and Instagram.
Everything all at once.
Yeah. And so it was the first time when I actually moved after freshman year to Japan. And then she was like, her and our other friend, Mariah, they were my first friends that I was still friends with after I moved somewhere far away.
Oh.
Yeah. So they meant a lot to me. Yeah.
Oh, so how long after, so you meet freshman year, when did you move to Japan? How long?
It was like, the beginning, it was the summer between freshman year and sophomore.
Wow. So you only got a year with.
Yeah.
But obviously so special and strong enough to now take it long distance.
I know.
And how long were you in Japan?
I was there for like a year and a half, 2 years. Yeah. From sophomore year until the beginning, like halfway through senior year. Or junior year. I forget.
Wow. Did you get to see it all in between this time, or just like long distance communication?
I think I went back to Florida once to visit, and then after that, I just went back to graduate high school with them.
Oh, that's amazing!
Yeah,
so you got to finish high school with them.
Yeah, I was
came back in time.
No, definitely. I wanted to. Like, that was the only thing I asked. Like, the only time I ever asked to like not be with my mom. Yeah.
Wow. So how long did you have to go and be without your mom?
It was just the year, and then I went to college. Yeah.
Wow. This is just kind of left the nest a little bit early.
Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely.
So give us an idea. Like, you meet, you have the class together. What does it look like hanging out freshman year when you first meet, and then what does it look like hanging out senior year when you get back?
We come from like the very similar backgrounds. We're both Filipino. We're both from single mom households, and we both are the oldest daughters with both younger brothers, and our brothers are both Aries and yeah.
Wow.
Like, we have a lot of similarities. So just like hang out with her was like hanging out with myself.
Yeah.
And it was really awesome. But she was like she's a Capricorn. She's like the bolder version of me. She was, I don't know, she always just did everything that she wanted to and said everything that she meant and felt like no ways about it. And I really admired her for that, because I still can't do that.
It's tough on here.
Or I'm trying. I'm getting better at it. She's like
naturals.
Yeah. She's like me, but like meaner, but like it's hot. You know what I mean?
She's got.
Yeah, I know.
And God bless.
I know.
If you don't have,
but she's awesome. She's not mean. She's just a Capricorn.
Yeah, no. If you don't have a Capricorn in your life, get you one.
I know.
And
they're awesome.
That's the second tally of the night for Cynthia. We'll see how many more we can fit in here. But between the freshman year meeting, first year together, senior year get together, what are the differences there? Like, what is it?
Oh, we did a lot more at home, and then when senior year came around, we were like outside and like pretending like we were grown. And like that was hard because I didn't really know, like I didn't have sisters. So like me, like her and Mariah, like it was the three of us really.
Yeah.
All of us were just like, I don't know, like learning from each other and like
totally
and experiencing life for the first time.
And together.
Yeah. But in the outside world and not at home.
Right.
So we were like,
again, just like that delicate time
driving around in the car,
chilling with learning the world.
Yeah.
Learning everything.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So you guys finish high school. You have this beautiful bond and friendship. How long, if at all, do any kind of like red flags or any sort of things start to bubble, or is there any kind of conflict from like getting back senior year and just like what sounds like kind of for the most part having the time of your lives as a friend? Obviously, you still have outside stuff, but within your friendship, having the time of your lives together. How long is that going on for before something happens?
I mean, we're fighting like all the time. We're like sisters, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like it gets like bad and nasty like fast, but then we get over it.
Sure.
And
like you're never really kind of like almost like never really worried about breakups. You're just fighting. You're just living.
Yeah, like we really didn't think that anything was gonna change, or like we weren't ever gonna not be talking, because this is somebody that I talk to every day, like from the second I wake up to when I go to bed, for like 10 years. You know?
So like that's just like, that's not even a red flag. That's
No, we're just like
they're just being people together.
We're being people, and we're learning how to like grow up together, and like this is just like what we do. And I don't think it was ever toxic. Maybe like when we had boyfriends and stuff like that. I think that's like the worst that it got. But then
just like a man to ruin fucking everything.
I know, which is so stupid, and I hate it so much. It's so embarrassing.
We've all been there.
No, it's just embarrassing.
I mean, my entire friend breakup story, it's centered around a man, which is just disgusting. But here we are. Like, how it makes me sick. It does. It's sickening. But so those, I'd say, don't even really classify as red flags. It doesn't sound toxic. It sounds just like really, truly like quintessential y'all are main characters living life type shit. Aside from that, were there any like events or anything that happened that now in hindsight and like retrospect were in a way setting you up for the breakup?
No, I think I just got to know who this person was very well. And then the breakup happened, and I was like, it's because of who they are. But it wasn't, obviously.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So how long, like, after that did the breakup happen?
It happened like 11 years in.
Oh my God.
2023.
Oh.
Yeah.
11 years in from the very beginning, or from
the very beginning? Yeah. It's only been, I haven't even been 10 years since high school. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah.
How did it unfold?
So the summer of 2023 is when my mom was selling our childhood home, and I went back and visited my mom, and then I ended up staying with for a little bit, just to hang out and kiki, because I had moved to LA the year before, and I missed her. During that trip, it was telling me, this feels like illegal to say because it's just like so real, and like my family is involved.
More.
Yeah. I just noticed that I want to put a little bit more context into like me and her.
Yeah.
Like we're so close. Like our brothers are hanging out, our parents are hanging, like our moms are hanging out, and they're going out nights out. Yeah. And me, like all of us, like we'll go over to each other's houses if the other person isn't there. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of thing. So this was, I don't know, nobody in our family really saw this coming.
No, you're so entwined at this point. You're intertwined. It's
for sure.
You're living your lives together probably way more intensely than most friendships ever will.
Oh, 100%. And we're always, and like, we're aware of that. We're like, God, I feel so sad for everybody to be friends like us. Like,
that's
nobody
real.
gets it.
Yeah, that's so fair.
Get it for sure. People have friends. I'm like, nobody's texting each other from the morning to the night. Like, you know.
So this 2022, 2023, fly home.
2023.
Stay with.
And then me and my mom were like beefing, and it was really difficult because it was already hard with her selling the house and stuff like that. And then he was telling me that my mom would talk about me to my best friend, and I just didn't know that was happening, and that really hurt because I thought, one, it was inappropriate, and two, like, just weird.
It's hurtful.
Yeah, it's hurtful. It's weird. It felt like really wrong, and it just like was like hitting a nerve that was already like super
hitting the wrong nerve at the worst time is what it sounds like.
For sure. Oh, that's sure. So that went down, and that kind of like is like the first real seed that like made me feel not safe.
Yeah,
But I liked that she told me that this was going on. But like, I wish I had.
So weird.
But anyway, it had been going on. And then like then it gets dumb because a guy comes in that I shouldn't have been seeing anyway, and I get super wrapped up in that, and that was really just a bad situation.
Timing's everything.
Yeah, I know. And then ends up giving my mom my location, and then like the rest of my family gets involved in this situation, and I'm like, you guys are blowing like so much out of proportion. I was crazy because I was like actually insane back then. And I can see that now. But
Were you in an unsafe situation, like an unsafe spot? Like,
I think it could have gotten, I think it was maybe unsafe. Yes.
okay.
But it wasn't like I was, okay, move on. It just like, it wasn't not safe, but it was safe. It was high risk. It was very high risk.
That's fair.
Super bad. And she ended up giving my mom my location, and then like I just found out that they were still talking about me and stuff, and I felt really betrayed and just
rightfully so.
I don't know if it was rightfully so. Like I'm trying to
because you could still be included in that.
Yeah, I know. At the end of the day, everyone was just like worried and like they were like, "What is she up to? Where is she?" And like, mind you, I'm at Danny's house. You know,
that's like, so funny.
Yeah, nothing was going on.
Yeah. Okay, so
yeah,
not necessarily unsafe, just high risks, whatever.
Yeah, but
scenarios.
To me, that situation was just so deeply intense. After a situation that was so deeply intense,
definitely,
and I felt really awful about it all, and I didn't want to feel that way anymore.
Yeah,
I thought I was doing what was right by me by just cutting her off. So then I did, and I didn't talk to her for like months. I said happy birthday.
Yeah.
So the whole situation ended in December of 2023, and her birthday is also in December of 2023.
So the birthday text was like one of the last.
That was the last. That was the last thing I had sent to her.
And that was you just like kind of wiping your hands and letting it fizzle off and not being like, not giving a heartbreak. Like you're not telling her like we're breaking up, but you're definitely not in it like you were.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So like we're talking every day up until this point. Like you're doing all the same things that are normal, and then it gets to that point, and I just can't anymore, and I just stopped talking to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know there was like no fight or anything. I just didn't feel like I could trust her.
Yeah, that's huge.
And
it's so interesting to think about sometimes, where I'm sure it's always a grass is greener sort of thing, but someone in a situation like that, but then has this huge big blow fight, and they go, then I wish we didn't have to have that big fight. It would have been cool if anything maybe it would have just like faced off. But you also could be in this fight you're now being like, I almost wish maybe there was a big fight, so then there was like a quote unquote better reason, and it makes things feel justified. It's just like kind of never know the dice. You never know like which way the dice are going to be rolled in these things.
Yeah.
And it's always really interesting to see. And so for this one, after a hugely intertwined, beautiful, long friendship, you just kind of decide, no, I'm done.
Yeah. And it feels so stupid now. It feels so dumb because we are still friends, and we moved on past it.
We've gotten to reconciliation. Okay, so that was December. How long did you not speak?
I didn't speak to her until August of the next year.
Wow, that's a long.
And she had messaged me in between, and I just ignored it.
That's so.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, especially for us, because it had been like
every day, morning to night. That's a long ass break.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, during the break, did you feel like it was over? Like, did you think it was like never going to be in your life again at any point, or did it not still fully, completely active?
I thought so for a while. I was struggling more so before when I was gonna stop talking to her, and then I was just like, now my decision's done, so like I don't have to do anything about it. But then it was like months in that I started missing her. And I was like, I just wish I could talk to her. And I'm like, I can. I'm just like in my own way. But I'm like, what do I do?
Because like it's your pride almost in a weird way.
Yeah. Yeah. So then I had to decide what was right for me. And I was like, I obviously still love her. Like there's never going to be a time where I don't love her. I'm just like really upset with her and I don't trust her. And that's really hard for me to get past, you know?
And what brings you to reconciliation?
Another one of our mutual friends, Dana, her wedding. So we were both supposed to be bridesmaids in this wedding.
Yeah.
And then I ended up actually doing it. Things changed and she wasn't anymore.
Oh wow.
And Dana had told me that she might be there. She might not be there. And then the wedding was in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got to the wedding, I asked her. I like waited for the perfect time because I didn't want to make her wedding about me and my trauma.
But I needed to know.
I was like, is she here? Is she coming? And she was. That was what was going on.
So the reconciliation brought on by like a reunion, an in-person reunion.
Yeah, we didn't talk for months.
Wow.
We saw each other in like
at a wedding, at your friend's, a mutual friend's wedding.
Yeah,
we're out in the remix. I love that. But so, did you go into that thinking that was a possibility? Did you go to like wanting that to be a possibility?
I thought it could be.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, if it didn't happen. Sure. I was definitely nervous. I thought maybe she hated me, even though I was the one who initiated that.
Yeah.
I was just like, she hates me. She hates me. She hates that I did this to us. I know. I'm sure
because part of you like, I hate that this happened to us. So surely she must be feeling the same way.
Yeah. We bumped into each other at the wedding, like on accident, I think. And then we were just like, hey, what's up? And then we were like, do you want to go chat? And then we went and got dessert and just like talked about everything. Yeah. And I told her, and I was like, yeah, I just feel like I couldn't trust you, and that scared me, and I needed people that I could trust in my life because I felt very unsafe. Totally. In my body.
Well, yeah. I mean, for you to have the reconciliation and be friends still to this day, obviously was super receptive and open to that, and y'all hashed it out very well. It's so beautiful.
I know, and now she's married and has a baby on the way.
Oh my God, shouts out and shouts out to them having a baby.
I know, it's cute.
So cute.
It's cute.
What's up, Auntie? Yeah. That's so exciting.
I don't know.
A reconciliation story. You're always going to be one for the books because breakups don't have to be permanent.
Yeah.
They don't. And sometimes they're not. And that's like a nice thing to kind of always, I think, keep and know that like, if it's something you feel like isn't meant to be over, like there's a possible chance that it isn't. And like, it doesn't have to be. Thank you. Having had this experience happen, how do you think, like, who is Jocelli now as a friend? How do you show up in your friendships?
Oh, I don't even know. I don't even know. I feel like I'm just there.
Oh,
I feel like I'm just there.
Well, can attest, I guess, in this moment, if I can interject, as your friend, highly, highly disagree because there is no you just being there. Have you met you?
No, thank God.
No, you couldn't take it. You couldn't take it.
You're so annoyed all the time. You're like, get the fuck out of here,
You're
bitch.
so
back up.
No, you're literally the funniest you've ever met. You're so smart. You're so talented. We'll circle back. This podcast, literally 1000%, would never ever exist if it wasn't for you. If it wasn't for Andy. But your inability. No, then what's what I'm looking for?
You can't do shit.
Your ability to do a goddamn thing. No, your innate ability to really see the vision through to creation, I think is just like so incredible. Really, truly something to be admired. Everybody can brainstorm an idea and have a cool thing and be like, this would be fun. This would be an awesome thing. But very, very few take that and bring it to life. And you do it all the time. You're constantly doing it. It's impressive. It's amazing.
Oh my God.
Y'all are, I mean, really, if you're tuning into this right now and you're listening to this, you're so lucky to be getting this glimpse of her. she is not going to be available for bugging anytime soon. Like, she's so busy.
I am.
Like, catch her if you can. Good luck keeping up. You are everywhere. You are the moment. It is so amazing to be your friend. So I'll ask you one more time, ma'am.
Yeah.
Who is Jocelli and how does she show up as a friend?
I think I am influenced a lot by the people that I keep around. So I try to keep good people.
You're thoughtful.
Yeah, I think so. I just try to reflect back whatever you guys are doing because I like what you guys are doing. So I want to do that. I don't know if that answers the question.
No, that's beautiful.
Okay.
You like actively make choices to surround yourself with like what you want out of life. And that's a really amazing thing to do. And I think probably something that's not that easy to do. Like, it's very
Manipulate my friends into hanging out with me.
No, I imagine like in a way it's not easy to do because it's sometimes so easy to just get wrapped up in what you have and where you are and to not be mindful of like what you're surrounding yourself with. So it's a very thoughtful way to live. It's beautiful. What does friendship mean to you?
Oh my God, the world. I literally would die. I would die and I'd be dead.
Done. A world without friends.
That's it. That's it. That is just the world.
Plotline, dead.
Yeah, it'd be awful.
Yep.
It'd be horrible. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Never. Couldn't be me.
I barely can do every day, but I
know,
can
with friends.
I see one of my friends.
Oh my God, and you live with two of them.
I know. I do. I have to like have a friend do everything that I do in every aspect of my life, or else, like, yeah, I'll die. That's it.
Incredible. All right, that's been It's beautiful. I love that a lot. To anyone tuning in or listening right now, if you are currently going through a friend breakup or maybe you had one like just happen to you, listen up because you're going to get some words from Jocelli.
You have to let go. You have to
Period.
let go. You have to admit that you're wrong. And sometimes you have to like be so wrong or like live in your wrong for a little bit and then make a different decision and either apologize and see how that goes or
I love that. Write that one down. Live in your wrong for a little bit.
live in it.
I
You
love
know?
that. That's amazing advice.
Yeah, maybe you need it.
Oh,
I think I needed it.
we all do.
We all do.
We
We all do. I'm definitely like we're probably both better people for it.
1,000%.
So
That is a wild one to think about when, I'm obviously so in love with the fact that your friend breakup ends with reconciliation. But for those stories that don't, I think even still, I mean, mine personally, there has not been reconciliation to this day, but like, I really don't think I mean, quite literally, I wouldn't be here today making this podcast with y'all without it. So that's something. But also, I mean, it's always a time to reflect, always a time to figure out how you want to move forward and what pieces of yourself you're choosing to take with you and which pieces you're choosing to leave behind.
yeah,
It's huge. Definitely. So real. I love that. Thank you so much for being here today.
I love it. I love this podcast. Subscribe.
Thank you so much for being here. Shout out to the fans. Shout out to the A1s. I'm gonna go ahead and say Ren. I know you've been listening.
Oh my
to
God.
We know you're out there, Key. We know you've been here since day one.
Thank you so much. You really mean the world to us.
We love you, Key. Can't wait to have you on the pod. Love. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Yeah, we did that. We did the job.